It is fine. Hello. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Hey Val, what's good?
Hey Retro. You know, just out here in 103-degree weather, trying not to melt.
I feel that. I haven't looked at the temperature today, but I walked outside after I took a shower, and my hair went from being like, oh, it looks like you took a shower, to, you look like you were electrocuted.
Cool.
So that's cool. But I just love, if you look at our chat, we got EO, who looks a little anxious, and then we got a dancing cat, dancing gummy bears, little robot spacer, unsecret crush, fight magic on a run. So good. Thank you all for joining us.
Gonna dry out
lot of
with
cucumbers.
some Sable.
Yeah. If y'all have been in and around hanging out with me for a bit, I was very excited for this game to come out, and for some reason I have not played it. But life do come at you fast, and so does divorce. So that's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it. And I'm very excited to jump back into the groove, into the want, and explore.
Yeah. I'm excited that you are playing this game because I was also very excited for it, and when it came out, I kind of delayed buying it, and then I bought it, and then I started playing it, and then I dropped it, and then I started it again, and I dropped it.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to explore that as well.
Cool. I just remember it came out within a week of like Eastward, and I was like, I'm gonna play both of these like right now at the same time, and that's not how life works.
Oh, maybe that's my next game. Maybe
What?
check out Eastward back to
Eastward. So Val and I have been talking about doing like somewhat of like blind playthroughs, because usually we've been doing some research or some level of knowledge base, whether Val has a walkthrough at the ready if we did get kind of bamboozled in Crow Country or something. So whether we've withheld information from each other or not, we've been doing research, right? We are investigative gamers in a way. But this one I didn't. I have the Steam page up, because I remember just Sable like came out and like already had an art book. I think it has original soundtrack by like Japanese Breakfast, I think, if I'm remembering that correctly.
Yes.
And it's just gorgeous, and it's like an open world exploratory game. I feel like the color palette reminds me of Journey, even though it's not the same color palette, but I feel like with the cloak there's definitely some inspiration. But yeah, I just kind of want to let it wash over me. I followed the directors of the game and the developer Shedworks for a really long time, so I was very excited about just like the visual aesthetic and like the clips that they were showing. But as far as like the overarching narrative, I don't know that much. But I think you're playing an individual who's like doing like some form of rite of passage, and I think there's something about nomads. This is all based on marketing from like 3 years ago, so hopefully that's right. Maybe
That's right.
hell yeah, because the mask, I remember like in an interview they're like, what's with the mask, or is that their face and it's a mask? So I'm gonna stop vamping. We're gonna get into it, I think.
Let's go.
I'm gonna do a little clicky. I'm gonna do a little that.
While you're setting this all up, I will talk a little bit. When you first said that Sable was a game that you wanted to do for Nostalgia Field, I was a little confused because I was like, what is this game emulating? And then you said Zelda, like the 3D Zeldas, and I immediately was like, oh yeah, that clicks perfectly. That makes so much sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is really... This one is going to be different from most of the other games that we've played that are really clear-cut pulls from other games. So I'm curious to see like how it uses systems and visual language and gameplay language of a Zelda-like or a Zelda clone,
Yeah.
being that it is fairly distinct.
Sorry.
Sorry about the loud music.
When you hit X instead of circle, which is not A or B. Sorry. Let me know if the audio is cool. I can tweak it elsewhere. I'm actually gonna just do this, maybe. Well, just a little schmeckin'. So do let us know. Woo, yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. I don't. Yes. Select file. I am empty inside. Thanks, game.
You gotta get some Mountain Dew in there.
Mandatory corporate training video. It's very funny when with it muted and y'all talking over it. Ah, yes. Oh, Clemens, can you hand me the file and the paper clips? Did that sync up? Good. Please let us know about the RTO, bro.
RTM?
Also, just the geometric forms. I remember following the production of Manifold Garden years ago, and so sometimes when they show those, like, just the glyphs, pulls me back to seeing those, like, in-engine screenshots they were sharing.
Yeah, this game is so pretty. It's so stylized. It feels like a comic book come to life.
Totally.
I also love these, like, the fact that, like, the frame rate animations don't really feel like they match up. I love that stuff.
I checked earlier, this game defaultly is at 30, which I love that. I don't need everything to be 60 or a billion. Ooh. I wasn't holding the controller, and I was, like, waiting for how the game would, like, initiate when I have control, and that shift in camera was really nice. Also, these particle effects. Ooh. Oh, we gotta jump, baby. Ooh, and it's a little... Ooh, it's a little float. Okay. Don't mind me. There's gonna be a lot of just, like, rotating camera, and I'm really sorry for everyone involved. Oh, yeah. Can I talk to the face? Oh! And then we're gonna get tired and we gonna fall? Okay, cool. Cool. We're learning. Okay.
When did this game come out? 2021?
Yeah, in the fall, like August or September. I think September.
Okay.
And I don't know. Oh, the sandal animation is nice.
That's very nice.
Wow. Is that... I'm really excited about that. I understand that's potentially very silly. I want those. But that's such a little detail. My God. Oh, the particles moving away from you is really nice as you disturb. Fight magic item run. Of course I saw that. They... Goodfeel reached out to me personally. They're like, you're such a brand advocate. We needed to let you know. Because of you. No, they didn't. But I'm very excited and will be purchasing it again. Or if I can just translate it into English, that'd be cool. But I doubt that's the case. I'm happy to purchase it again. And know what I think they're poems. The haikus are saying.
I didn't know what your little Tanuki friends are saying.
Yeah, because I think the little sweater guy is giving you poems. Oh, we've been jumping, brother. Thank you so much for validating me. I did look up how long to play this game, just so I had context for if we were to keep exploring and whatnot. And I'm gonna double it with just how much I'm gonna be pivoting the camera and exploring and looking at every texture. Like, look, this is such a nice little tableau here. Look at that. Wow.
It's kind of fun. Just like right off the bat, this feels like a Legend of Zelda dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, it has like way more detail. I guess maybe the later Legend of Zeldas have more detail, but like there's environmental stuff going on in here to tell you about like what this place was, and obviously the decay.
I'm a big fan of detritus, whether it's like, you know, rubble from a temple crumbling or, you know, city debris and foliage coming up through cracks. I think those are like overlooked bits in a lot of you know, I don't want to say like if your game doesn't have that, it's not a thing, but I think they are like simple gestures to really heighten and deepen that story, because it's just contextual. Like, the city has been established for a long time, so there's like coats of grime, or like clearly we're dealing with a stone temple. Like, this didn't happen in a day, probably. Like, the passage of time has clearly occurred here in a substantial length.
Yeah, I think that it's a really lovely touch, and also a lot of times there's obviously different levels of doing this, right?
What
There's
a beautiful
the very
reveal!
basic, like,
sorry.
look at that. What's up? Is there something above the smoke? That's a Monster Hunter airship.
I was gonna say the old man from Up.
All right, well, we have different priorities.
My priority is the old man from Up.
My priority is emotional devastation.
Okay, that didn't hurt. I thought I would be like, haha, damage. I don't want to do that, though. That seems... Wow. Sorry, I'm also just taken aback by how, like, saturated the color is here in the sun compared to, like, in the temple. And my most recent desert experience in a game was a Jedi Survivor, and there's things under the sand when you're in a situation like this.
You gotta walk with that rhythm so you don't attract the worm. I like how this is a desert and it is so bright and vibrant.
Yeah.
Where historically these would have just been like brown,
like this,
bit of red.
This blue here. Beautiful. Hey y'all, do you color theory?
No, not really. But I appreciate when other people do.
God, I'm literally like, I felt so stupid buying a book that was literally just color palettes. But like, color is not my strong suit. And just having those as inspirations is... Oh, the sun. Hi. Is like so helpful. Or you can use like other like TV, movie, video games, whatever as inspiration, but for limited color palettes, it's really nice.
I had a lot of websites to like construct or recommend color palettes when I worked on programming, because we would develop like some piece of community development or community education, and we'd have to put something together,
Mm-hmm.
and like it has to look good, but none of us are designers. We're all academics, and so we just like had to find some way to make things work, and those things were lifesavers.
For sure. Anything that it's like the argument with like illustrators or people who just draw. It's like you use reference. That's not cheating. Like
Right.
you could be inspired by things. It's good for you. It's healthy. I can feel Jotty
Use your
smiling
tools.
behind her mask just as I know she can feel the teeth bearing little grimace behind mine. I'm nervous and she's softly, sweetly amused. In her eyes, I probably have very little to worry about. You know you have nothing to worry about, don't you, Sable? Hmm.
How are you gonna play Sable?
I don't know. And yeah, I was like, give me some context. I shrug, but any attempts to act casual are fruitless. The movement is jerky, and I don't think I've ever been more aware of my little shoulders. She laughs. I mean it, but I do know how you are. You're going to be nervous until you've started, and then you'll act like you've been doing it your whole life. Remember the first time you rode a bike? You wouldn't even let me put you on the seat. You were so afraid. Your hands were like little claws gripping onto me. I feel the memory in my fingers. Ooh, I love the font choices too for the internal and the conversation. But then I promised you it was going to be all right. I told you how much I had loved riding my bike as a young woman and how wonderful the wind felt through fabric. Suddenly, there you were. You sat down, you leaned forward, and put those little grasping claws on the handles, and you were off. And I remember thinking just, watching you tear over the sand. Look at her. She can do whatever she wants. Johnny reaches out and places a hand on the edge of my mask. And you can, Sable. I take a breath. God, I really like these font choices. Yes, Robot Spacer. I love when good designs. Jotty's story warms me, but I feel too overwhelmed to let it settle. I tell her with a sigh that I don't know where to begin. She chuckles. Well, I can help with that. You'll need to talk to Bilal? Hilal? And Driss.
Bilal.
Driss should already have made the arrangements for your bike. Bilal will share something. Well, let's say as useful as it is fun. I think I might suspect that Jotty's saying, but I stay quiet. After that, I suppose we'll see you off. I'll be back soon. That feels right. I tell Jotty I'll be back soon. Sable, don't go planning your return before you've even left. Take all the time you need. It's a big decision you're making out there. I tell her that's why I'm so eager to make it. To choose well and quickly so that I don't go too far down the wrong path. Whatever you decide, you do so with my blessing, so don't try using me as an excuse to come home early, eh? She knows me. Oh god. Okay. I have something to give you, a compass to help you on your journey. It's the same one I used on my gliding? An artifact, you might say. I take the device in my palm. It fits naturally there, perfectly weighed and crafted. Each component slides together with incredible satisfying precision. Ooh. That's nice.
That's nice.
I'm just gonna do a little stroll.
Yeah, let's look at the little village.
This is what we passed coming in. I'm also not holding the stick down very far, so I'm not moving super fast because I just want to see the things. Can I disrupt anything? No, that's smart. Don't let me knock things over.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why would you break their glass?
Well, I didn't mean to walk into it. Just sometimes gravity pulls you.
Sure.
Oh, ooh, hello?
Sometimes stick drift happens.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, there's a person up there. I feel like I don't have the strength to get up there yet. Hmm. Yeah, I do.
Ooh, yeah.
Gaming. Oh, no. Uh-oh.
Oh, it's gonna be close.
Okay. Right back up. That's good. Okay. Ooh. What did... Oh. This one. The X threw me off.
You got 20 things.
Ooh! And Zelda. Look at that. Excuse me, sir. And or madam. Look at you. You're perfect. This is gaming now. It's just me looking. What's up, dude? Mar is a man of few words. He is nothing if not consistent. Alright. Let's run back this way. I saw that there's another building over there. Oh, look at... Was that the temple we were in? I suppose so.
Think so?
Yeah, because there's the ledges. What is this nonsense? Hello? Postbox? Why is this so cool? Logging in. Hello, Sable. Unread messages, 0. Have a good day. I will.
Love when I don't have any messages.
But sometimes I want a message. Just like a little something. A little treat.
Sure, there are some that I would like to hear back from people about, but
Yeah.
mostly.
I hate when you get too many messages. Not like newsletter subscriptions where they just like annoy you, but like sometimes I'm like, you don't have to update me on all the things you're doing, but like it's one email summary a week is nice. That's cool. As I approach Halal, they give an enthusiastic wave. I've always appreciated Halal's verve and vigor. On a day like this, I'm ready to match it with a touch of nerves for balance.
Can do halal. Sable, take this.
Halal's hands me a small round stone as it nestles into my palm. I feel a warmth not borrowed from Halal's hand, but emanating from within. I run my thumb over it and find it softly electric, like static on cloth. What is this? I try to sound less confused than I am, but ask Halal what this is.
Sable, you can't leave without it. What I've just given you is a gliding stone. What do you feel?
I tell Halal that I feel... This is an interesting one.
It is.
Oh, Halal has a robot leg. It's a cyborg in front of us. Is it... Should we say connectedness or electricity?
I think that's up to you and how you want to play Sable.
I'm gonna say my gut wants to say connectedness, but I feel like how Sable has revealed itself to me thus far, I'm gonna say electricity. I'm trying to play like Nina Freeman, you know?
Alright. I feel that.
Gamer.
Then you're doing it right. What you feel in that stone is openness.
I look at the stone. It seems quite closed.
Gliding stones are vessels for the perpetual. They suck up its power like little sponges and hold it there for you to channel. Right now it's empty or dormant and waiting for you to fill it up.
I ask how I can do this.
Take it to the temple ruins at the edge of the canyon. You'll be able to activate it there.
Halal claps their hands twice and bobs a little. I appreciate their good mood at a time like this.
Back to me when it's done. I want to hear all about it.
As I'm about to leave, Halal stops me.
Oh, you haven't gotten your bike yet, have you? It's a bit of a trek to the temple, so go see Driss. He was meant to get that ready for you, yes?
I remember Jadia's words now and tell Halal I'll go and see Driss. Bye. Just gonna do a nice little pivot. A thing to open. Boop. I don't remember where to go, but we're gonna... Ooh. How do...
Yep, now you get to play the fun game of how do ladders work.
How do ladders work? They're really hard to make. I can attest. I'm guessing that's my bike. With a air conditioner on the front. Though I've told myself not to be too eager, it's all I can do not to race up to Driss. Driss is the camp manager. He's been difficult to get a hold of lately. But now I strongly suspect that he's been working on my bike in secret. Perhaps it's extra beautiful, or has some custom feature. What will its name be, I wonder? How fast will it go? Will my legs feel sore, or will I get used to it? Driss turns with a bit of a start.
Sable, hello.
I asked Driss how he is.
I'm well.
I let it hang there a moment. Me too, bud. Me too. But I can't do it. I'm too keen and the words spell out. I asked Driss if he might sort of possibly maybe have a bike for me.
Your bike?
He yells it like it's an idea he just had.
Your bike, yes, of course, right, yes. Your bike. That I was meant to, that I prepared for you, because today is your...
Fighting, yes. Driss nods along with me.
Yes, of course, right, yes. Yes, I do have that.
My blood runs cold. Has he forgotten?
By which, I mean, I arranged it for you in, well, it's sort of a tutorial for you.
A tutorial?
Yes, exactly. A learning experience.
Driss. If someone did this to me, like, in the game, I'm like, yes, this is great. Gamify the tutorial. Build it into the story. Yes, absolutely. If someone did this to me in real life, I would have words.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to my next onboarding being called a tutorial.
Yeah.
You see, Sable, before one can own their own bike, they must prove that they can ride a bike by taking a test ride on a different bike.
I think about it and find I've never heard of that part of the gliding, but Driss does seem earnest. Sort of.
So instead of worrying about your bike, I'd like you to try this bike as a test.
Driss gestures to the sand cutter at his side. It's quite old and a little shabby. A tester is, if ever I've seen one. What's the bike's name? Driss seems scandalized.
That's a bit personal, don't you think? Just Sandcutter will do for now. Youngsters these days, always asking questions. Now, ride the bike through the ring and back. And here's some advice for you, my young glider. Don't fall off.
clockwise. Okay. So, the ring's over there. The ruins are over there. So I guess we'll do the... I'm gonna... Ooh. I'm going to go through... Do the ring first and come back since it's close. To see if that triggers anything for the next, like, little quest of Rooney. And then we'll go to
Makes sense.
Oh yeah. Look at that exhaust, baby.
I feel like that's an indicator that your glider should be serviced.
Woo. Oh god.
Fall off.
I don't remember what the controls were to do anything sick. I was really trying to do something cool there, but I did not. I return to Driss, who somehow manages to seem caught off guard despite knowing I was coming.
Sable, congratulations. How was your first pre-glide ride? Any strange rattles, unexplained hissing, small fires?
What do you mean fires?
Surely you notice if you are on fire, even a little bit.
I love Driss.
That seems good.
I think I'm confident that I would notice if I was on fire.
Well, obviously it didn't happen, so I think we're fine. Well...
He doesn't finish.
Have you already been by Halal?
Am I not getting a bike?
Well, you're getting the use of the sand cutter. That's something, eh? You can borrow it to run your little errands.
My little errands?
And Halal's got something to show you too. Help you out with more of that mobility you're after.
With my confidence in this exercise only lightly tarnished, I thank Driss very much for his help and his bike, and I depart from Halal. We already did this. We're gonna boop, steer straight. Oh.
Yo, neat. I like how reflective the prose of this game is.
Mm-hmm.
Things are not just things, they are like talking about how the gliding stone is like openness, but also you feel electricity. The way that different people talk about experiences and feelings and not just being really blunt and straightforward. I think that that's a really nice way to explore the culture of a different group. Whoa, big jump.
Some air, baby. Yeah, definitely. Like, it's so funny, like, I would not say I am a writer of any kind, but trying to figure out... Ooh, hello? Writing, like, dialogue for games, or, like, I guess anything, but I'm writing dialogue for games. And I have periodically felt very self-conscious. Like, no matter the conversation, right? Because you're exhibiting a part of yourself, like through any other craft, right? And there's like, whether you're making a joke or being cheesy or like trying to share a message, how you're sharing that message. And I'm trying to really be cognizant of like the different character voices not being too disjointed, and like already here everything feels very like cohesive, like all these people outside of their visual aesthetic, the way they seem to approach life in their dialogue, like how they reveal themselves, seem like I would assume they're from the same tribe.
Yeah, everyone.
I think that's very powerful.
It's really good world building because everybody is their own distinct person,
Mm-hmm.
but their style is all very similar.
Yeah. It's very cool. I'm always curious too what people's backgrounds are before they get into gaming.
Mhm.
Because like often like you could have a profession anywhere or just like a penchant for storytelling, but like what are those stories and how are they coming to be?
Yeah. One of my favorite games
Oh,
this year is A
resist.
Thousand Times Resist, and the devs of that were previously theater people.
Cool. I made a friend.
Yeah. A
I
chum egg.
okay. Offered up by chums when planting themselves into the ground, perfectly smooth and hard as a rock. These eggs seem to float with how light they are. There must be a good place to deliver these. I am upset that my friend is gone.
But yeah, Mothman's real.
I'm obsessed with this. There was somebody at the bar yesterday who had a pinup woman tattoo on the leg, but it was a moth woman. It was incredible. Very tasteful.
That's very cool.
We're like not too far away from there. Oh no! Who could have foreseen this occurring?
Your poor teenager shins.
So true. All right. Sorry, a lot of panning. I'm taking it all in.
I think it's fine. I like for a long time I feel like the art style and aesthetic was the major sell for this game until more details started coming out. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
this is a game that was in development for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
And like we got a lot of pictures, some video of it, but like largely it was just kind of us trying to pick up the vibes
Yeah,
of the game and make sense of it. And I think that that's where a lot of the hype was.
definitely. I think their marketing was incredible too. Just because I would say this is an art game. And so they just leaned into that because I just remember being like seeing stills and then eventually seeing the bike and I was like, I'm sorry, what do we have here? And just the way they like revealed bits over time was very, very cool.
I kind of wondered if they were going to do a bit of a Shadow of the Colossus of
Mm,
like a quiet, desolate world, and
yeah.
you had a bike to navigate it.
Oh look, Triforce. Zelda.
You gonna get trapped in there?
The stone thrums like the beat of a heart as I approach the altar. Hmm. I'm ready for Rohana to know me. I'm ready to know myself. I feel her curiosity in this sacred place. I know I am in her sight. Ooh. Oh. Questions, comments, concerns.
Is this good?
I always kind of pass out when the energy of a deity kind of consumes me.
Very taxing.
All right. Interesting. Oh! What? I'm getting tooted. Okay.
Nice.
I did not know that would happen.
Yeah, how are we supposed to know that you got a new item if you don't get the da-na-na-na?
So true. Oh. We got those bright colors again. Yeah. Where do you want me to go though, brother?
I think you need to climb up
Yeah,
on
I
your
think you're
right.
right. What a game changer in that mobility. Ah! Mobility
Yeah,
already.
you're building your schmovement.
Oh, we gotta fall down and get a little Chester-rooney.
How'd you see a chest? Oh, yeah.
Yes. Give me some of
Good eye.
those things that I do not know what they are, but I would like them, please and thank you.
Monies.
God, climbing ladders in sandals sounds horrible. I would not want to do that. Little this. Woo! I love the little glide posture.
Yeah. I think the posture and the visualization of the glide are both really neat.
Can I do it again? Oh, yeah. That's nice. I can just keep doing this? Is this where we were before?
Yeah.
I guess the thing came down, but I remember the peen structure, lookout, lighthouse, what have
You
you.
can just say tower. You don't have to call it the peen structure.
You're not wrong, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Tower did not come to mind.
That's fair.
Just ask me a series of increasingly strange questions before I make an excuse to take my leave. That
Yeah, you need to
checks
talk
out.
to Halal.
This is very cool though, because the last time we were here, when the whole time we were in the village, it was muted colors. So I don't know if that's narratively pivoting because of us, or if it's just where the sun be at the moment.
I think it's just the sun, but that is partially probably timing done to kind of match where you're at or where they expect you to be.
When I return to Halal, it's clear they know what I've just experienced. They're excited on my behalf in a way that makes me miss them before I even left.
Isn't it incredible how does it feel?
I like that. Safe like a warm hug. I tell Halal that I feel almost embraced by the perpetual. Warm and safe in my own little bubble. They swoon.
Oh, that's such a nice way of describing it.
Sorry. Halal's mood doesn't darken, but the sigh they let out holds a bit of sorrow. Also, Halal kind of gives me Hollow Knight vibes, like that world, not explicitly. I don't know anything about Hollow Knight. I think it's like the
You
little
should know things.
eyebrows. I don't know why.
You should know things about Hollow Knight. It's very good.
Valid. Silk Song when?
You're very lucky, you know. I miss it so much, that feeling. Just floating on the breeze. But I suppose it's best that it fades with age, hmm? Or else I might never have come back from my gliding. I'd just be out there, heaving myself into chasms.
Did it? Hmm. I tell Halal I wish it was something we could keep perpetually.
So do I, Sable. So do I. I know people manage to keep it up, but I don't know how that I don't know that I've got the time to practice as much as they do. Takes a really serious focus.
Halal laughs, even if there's a bit of regret in it.
And I certainly haven't got that. Still, I suppose the gliding wouldn't mean much if it were all gains and no loss, hmm?
I think about that, but decide that there is already too much loss on my mind to consider it much further. I'm saying goodbye to my clan, my family, my home, my childhood. To lose the perpetual is a sacrifice for another time.
You're going to love it out there, Sable. Even when you don't.
That's a really good line.
Yeah. That that lines up with like some of my feelings about living in major cities
Mm-hmm.
where like there's so many things about them to hate and
Yeah.
like you could be having the worst fucking day but you're like, man, Philadelphia, best city in the world.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, it absolutely is not, but like when you are there, I know
Yeah.
that feeling.
I hung out in Washington, D.C. recently for
Mm.
an afternoon and then for a concert and stuff. And it is oppressive and stupid to navigate in that city because it's just so densely smooshed and there's just traffic coming and going. And so by the time we negotiated getting in there and stuff, we were like, oh my God. We were like, you know what? This ain't too shabby. This is very cool. Like, there's so many different, like, pockets of, like, different communities, and they're all, like, commingling in a way that doesn't happen in suburbia. And then we went to a show that was also in a very quirky area that was very dynamic. And then the crowd was very dynamic. And I was like, oh yeah, big cities. You do that. And as much as I hated getting it here, I've loved every second of being here, even sitting in traffic, and just letting it kind of happen around me. Um, Big city life. Interesting.
My advice, try to have fun. There's a lot to be said about ritual and independence and all of that out there, but the world's an easier place if you put joy first.
Write that down, everyone.
Me, I'm Joy.
Fair. I thank Hillel for their advice and for their help. And tell them I'll miss them.
It'll be over before you know it.
A warning and a reassurance, all in one. I say goodbye to Hillel. Before I go, Hillel gestures towards the tower. It seems Cizo wishes to see me before I leave the clan. Oh, it's built into the oh, I see. Oh god, the bubble. I forgot about it already. Whoop. Gamer. Even this brick texture is fun.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine what it was like to build these assets and these textures. But they were far more complicated than they appear.
Yeah, I'm thinking about like 2D sprite work and how you can kind of put things together and look at it and be like, all right, there needs to be more wear here. This part is way too bland.
Mm-hmm.
And you can kind of mix it up as you go. But making 3D assets and then putting textures on top of them, like that seems wild to me. It seems like so much more work.
Yeah. Saw, dude. Whoa, you're cool. Ciso is an outclanner in the Ibexi, but I've known her for nearly as long as I can recall, and I think of her more as a kind of distant relation than any sort of outsider. And is awesome. Machinists, I'm told, are given their posts and by their training and their code must go to where they are needed. But Ciso has been among us so long that it's easy to forget it's an assignment first and foremost. As far as any of us are concerned, she is one of us. I think there is a perception among the other clans that the Ibexi are quite insular, and that our designation of Ibexi versus outclanners suggests some nervous othering of those who are unlike us. But in practice, such things are more the result of our nomadic nature. We seek to know who will travel with us, and who must leave behind, but all are welcome to join. And I'm always pleased that Ciso did.
Sable, how do you do, clan child?
I can only think of one thing.
Pizza.
Exclamation point, exclamation point, question mark? Ciso has a throaty quality to her voice, and it rumbles through her mask when she laughs. She's quite a serious person most days, and I'm always torn between pride and alarm when I manage to make her chuckle.
Yes, Jotty told me how excited you were.
Ciso sniffs.
She also told me Driss would be coming along to get your bike together, but I think we may have...
I knew it.
What?
I hadn't meant to say that out loud, so I'll tell her I was just clearing my throat.
I don't begrudge Driss for his forgetfulness. Were I tasked with so many odds and ends, I might be just as scattered. And besides, this will be good for you. I want you to scavenge the hoverbike parts yourself.
Ask Ciso if I'm expected to make my own hoverbike.
No, you are going to make your hoverbike. You're not going to make your hoverbike. You are going to build your own hoverbike.
Sick. Of course.
To make suggests you are creating something, but your bike already exists. They simply haven't taken form yet. Here, pick this.
Ooh, Ciso hands me something.
This is a navigator. You can use it to mark waypoints on your compass. It should be useful in finding the old parts.
Ask Ciso where I might start looking.
Our bikes are reborn in the ruined ships and fragments spread apart. A good start would be the ship down there near the camp.
Sorry, I'm so distracted by my little friend on top of that little, like, plateau. Just, like, undulating over there.
Yeah, we gotta go get that egg.
Get that egg.
You'll find another on top of the great rock near the other side of the canyon. And another behind the old dam on the hill. Use your navigator to mark that down if you need. You'll need to gather a control panel, a power supply, and a calibrator.
It shows as though I'll see her soon and head off in search of the components.
Together we will create something new out of the old.
Okay. Boop. I'm guessing it's this guy?
Probably. It's the tallest.
And is that the ship?
Yeah, that one.
This guy?
I like this marker system.
Yeah.
And the fact that the indicator is on a ring to
Mm-hmm.
let you judge how far out it is.
Boop. All right. Where should we go first?
Dealer's choice.
I'll go to the ship. I'm not gonna.
You should go back up top and see if you can jump to get that egg.
What? Where?
Behind you.
Where?
Where your friend is.
Oh, that one over there?
Oh, it's way over there. Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
I think we could
So
get it
maybe
if we
maybe
like.
to the house.
Do. Oh, oh, it's
Oh,
happening.
Somebody's here.
1 second, please. Look at our friend. Actually,
Yep. Look at the worm wiggle.
I'll let y'all hang out here and chat. I'll be right back.
Yo, look at that barking boy in chat. So how we doing, chat? It is a little bit of a longer tutorial. Oh, yours. Yeah. Wow, 36%. What are they teaching you? I'm always really interested in the trainings that they make you do electronically. Because I so often feel like they are not particularly useful. Like that's how they indicate it, is if it's electronic and recorded, it's pretty basic and not super important. You probably already know it, but if it's in person, they expect you to pay attention.
I'm back.
Yeah, at least, welcome back. At least this tutorial is like stacking things on top of the things that you've already learned. We should get that egg.
Sorry. It was a false alarm. Someone came home, so now I have to be super swift.
Boo.
Right, we got egg. Oh, there's that little temple over there, though. Can I go through this structure? Do I get extra points? Yay! Well, this is further than I thought.
Kind of thinking about the systems in the game so far. You talked a little bit earlier about this being an art game, and I think that a lot of the stuff in this has really emphasized that this is about like play and exploration and not so much a challenge, which I think is a really nice place for a Zelda clone.
Yeah.
Giving you tools, having simple puzzles to solve, letting you explore, like that all feels like stuff that could really benefit from the traditional Zelda loop of like introduce a tool, now you have new puzzles.
Yeah,
Introduce a new tool, now you build on top of everything that you've done before.
totally. And I mean, I have said it before, like all games are art, right? But there's so many uh stylistic and in varying mediums, I guess, here, like the stylistic choices being made, whether it's narrative or visual. Also the fact that a lot of the marketing hid all this tech, like this is really
Mhm.
surprising. Like I knew there was a little bit because of the bikes and stuff, but this is wild. There's nothing of use to be found in the ship, but I am noticing a blinking light flashing on the dashboard of this cockpit. A voice crackling from the machinery in front of me. It sounds like a recording. It's barely audible.
Sorry, I was coughing.
You're good.
Stop messing about with those buttons, you absolute idiot. Sorry, Ramen. Concentrate. I don't think I have to remind you how much work it is to get this far. We're almost there. Alright, let's see if what that old machinist told us holds up. If not, there'll be hell to pay.
I hear the sound of mechanical adjustments being made. 3 clicks, buttons being pressed, perhaps.
Okay, when I push this orange thing, pull that lever. Hard. Yes, Ramen.
The sound of a click and a loud grunt being before a snapping sound.
Oh, on Rohana's mask. Not that hard. You've torn it out.
Suddenly, the speakers are filled with static and a low rumble that gradually increases in pitch. And then the sound of someone cheering.
It worked. We're flying.
More cheering. Is that the sound of someone dancing?
Okay. Let's focus. This thing is moving fast. We need to slow it down a bit. How do we do that, Ramen? Let me check the machinist's notes.
A long pause, the rumbling static sound that started playing when the ship took off is still increasing in pitch.
Ramen? That lever, Toma. The one you just ripped out. We're going too fast. We're going to crash. We need to try to...
The recording cuts off there. Also, Silver, if you're there, thank you! I didn't hear the thing!
Welcome in, Silver.
They mentioned things. Is there things for us to touch in here? Touch anything?
You got a broken lever somewhere that you can touch?
Y'all got a broken lever? Got these things. Am I blind?
I'm not seeing anything.
Hmm.
Can you interact with the wheel again?
There's nothing of use to be found on the ship, but I notice a blinking light. Okay. Oh god.
Okay.
Leave it alone. I wonder if there's another place on the ship we can explore. Oh.
Are you looking for a calibrator?
Little creepy person. I'm immediately on guard. Saima has always been a mischief maker and taken tremendous pleasure in tormenting me. In theory, I am older and more experienced and should be more than able to withstand it. In practice.
You won't find it here. I've hidden it. You'll never find it. Never, never, never.
She never fails to get to me. You are a horrible child. I decided to be gentle, and I asked her, may I please have it?
May I please have it?
Sorry.
You're good.
She mimics me terribly, all high and screechy, despite my best efforts. I seethe.
Oh well, too bad. Maybe you'll find it on your own, but I don't think so.
Simon laughs off my irritation, but I'm not going to give her the satisfaction. I cross my arms and try to effect a change.
I'll give you the calibrator.
I put out my hand, proud of myself for standing tall before Sima.
If you give me some beetles. That's a fair trade, isn't it? Something you want for something I want?
I try to decide if it's more mature to push her over and steal the calibrator or to acquiesce. Then I simply stifle a sigh and shake her little hand. Perhaps some of the adults in the camp know where I can find some. Beetle detour.
Man, I hate a beetle detour.
You don't want me to climb this. That's fair. That's metal. Can I run her over? No.
Dirty child.
Oh! Do you have a thing?
Yeah, mail?
Or is that just a interactable sign? Okay. It asks about catching beetles for that awful little Sima.
There's a nest of beetles just east of here. You can't just walk up and catch one, though. There's some seeds growing on the rocks around the nest. Drop a seed on the floor and the beetle will start to eat it. Then you can sneak up on it and grab it.
Jotty greets me warmly.
Hello, little glider.
I tell Jotty how strange it is being called Glider instead of Sable or even Clan Child.
Just trying to get you used to it.
She seems to really like it. Maybe I like it too.
My little glider.
What's up, dude? I could ask about catching beetles for that awful little Sima. A nest of beetles just east of here.
Huh.
She looks out across the landscape. Shoulders sag a little bit. I wonder what she's thinking. Zeki's voice is weakly incredulous.
I don't know how she's done it. That's Ilari over there.
I follow her gaze to a little speck in the distance, which I now understand is her daughter, Ilaria. Zeki shakes her head.
No, she's fine. And I'll get her. I'm just
She shrugs.
parenting.
I suppose I'll know more about that when I'm older. Okay, so Bumper. Do we know where east is, though.
You've got a navigator, don't you?
Ah, so that's north. We gotta find... Who even knows? Hmm. Y'all got some seeds? I didn't think so. Hmm. They said east, right?
They did.
A little ding-dong running around over there. Do we think we can get up here? Whoop.
I don't know. There's clearly a structure up there.
Oh, yeah. Whoop. Friend.
Yo, fresh egg.
Friend. Chum egg. Okay. Like, do we think they're closer to...
I think they're to the east, and you went to the west.
Did I? Like, yeah, I
Yep.
sure did. Don't read a compass upside down.
Dangerous.
Because you'll be stupid. You're right. But we got a worm, so I don't even care.
Yeah. Can't be mad. We
I
got
don't
egg.
even care. I'm having a good time exploring.
Also, now you can get your bike.
Mm-hmm. Also, I keep meaning to bring it up. I can't think of the dude's name. I guess I could do a Google. Let me do it right now.
I can consult the spirits.
Spirits. The artist, he has the pseudonym. What is it? Moebius? It's like sci-fi fantasy. I feel like these colors are very inspired by even like the world a little bit with some of like the technology and stuff.
Jean-Henri Gaston Gerard.
Yeah. That guy.
Yeah, I can see it. Let me,
That guy.
There's a link to some of his art.
Did I just
Yeah.
shoot the thing into the wall? Sure did.
Also, a lot of his stuff looks like it is made to be in the desert,
Uh-huh.
which I think also helps with this. I would be kind of surprised if this is not some sort of reference material.
Mm-hmm.
beetles. Yo, and an egg.
Got him. I'm not paying attention. Does this game just save periodically?
I believe so.
I
I'm
just
seeing
was
an
like,
icon
oh god,
pop
what
up.
am I supposed to be doing? I'm not. Okay. There's bugs. The question is, where are the seeds?
I'm not sure. I'm wondering if they're those big
Those
things.
big,
Initially, I thought
that's
those.
why I turned around to be like, is it that?
Yeah, I initially thought that these big things were like a hive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So while we're kind of on the topic, I don't think that this was like precisely pulled as a reference, but now that we're dealing with some flora and fauna, I'm thinking more about Scavenger's Reign,
Yeah.
which uses a very similar, like pretty flat, cell shaded style.
Mm-hmm. I like that I can use the same seed. That's very nice.
Oh, spending mine. Yeah, you're right. That is very the hover bike in a desert is very much his style.
Get an extra one. Never know when
Just
you're
in
gonna need a
case.
beetle. Hi, Spinning Mine. Hope you are doing well. Oh, buddy. Okay, it came back. Sick.
Is the dam over here? Should we look at the dam over here?
The what? Oh, yeah, you're right, you're right.
Okay, it's over there.
There's tunnel vision on beetles. As one does for small children.
I get it. You want to get him back fresh. You want to throw a bunch of beetles in that child's face.
Are you a bug collector in Zelda?
I guess I don't totally understand the question.
There's like beetles and things in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Like
I
for
don't
the
think so.
for the merchant beetle. He'll buy him off of you.
I don't think so. I kind of feel like money is not really a problem in
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild.
It is when you keep buying clothes though.
That's fair. Like, that is the only time that I run low on money, but usually I feel
Yeah.
like I replenish fairly quickly just by exploring.
Totally. Ooh. Ooh. That's nice. Oh wow, that temple from the beginning.
Yeah, that place is really opulent.
Mm-hmm. Oh god, don't do that, ma'am. Ma'am. This is a Wendy's. Oh. A gift? A gift for me? You love to see it. Boop. Oh, yeah. Oh, the shaking is making my brain feel fine. Cool. Oh yeah. That float is good.
Mm-hmm. Huh. So you got a wooden boat and a spaceship.
Obviously. I
Space
love this
Vikings.
pose. Thank you. I like that. You don't have to, like, toot me on that. Just give me a simple puzzle and I'll interact with it. That's nice. I recognize that that is the toot, but, like, you didn't have to, like, break it down for me, and that's nice. Oh. Yoink. No treats for me. Okay. God, the shift between inside of this building and outside.
Yeah, this space is very claustrophobic.
Wow.
Very claustrophobic. It feels very cool with all the like different shades of blue.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of little detail that make the inside and outside feel completely
Yeah.
opposite of each other.
What's happening over here?
Hey, y'all got any secrets?
That is the problem with playing games like this, where, like, I just see, like, a thing, and I'm like, I'm going there. See another thing, I'm like, I'm gonna go in there, too.
Yeah, that is kind of my concern about eventually playing Dread Delusion, is it is a game that rewards exploration. And I'm just like, man, I don't want this series to be like 40 episodes long.
Yes. No, no, no. Don't you fall. You did it, baby girl.
We gotta get you some stamina fruit.
But, like, it's like the thing with, like, why I don't use the horse in
Yeah,
Breath of the Wild, because now I'm like, well, shit. Oh, what's that, though?
I totally feel that. I also
Like,
kind
I have
of...
to go, I mean, like, here I have to go back and get my vehicle.
Hmm.
So it's like, why even use it? Like, now I have to babysit?
I feel like the fast transport is great if I already know the route, I've already been through there, but so often I want to spend time with the place that has been developed and I know that I'm going to go off the path.
Mm-hmm.
And that's usually better done without a mount. Like, will we have found this little guy?
Yeah. It
We weren't
always feels,
exploring.
I always feels bad to, like, pillage a shrine.
Think of it as a take a penny, leave a penny.
I took Penny. Ooh. It's the sound of the bubble. Okay.
Okay.
I guess that wasn't too far.
Yeah, we got a little bit of time while we're hiking back, though.
Yeah.
So, here's a question that I don't think is necessarily nostalgia fueled focus, but it's something I'm always curious about. How do you feel about games that let you have a character response, even when the response is not going to make a difference in the story?
I think it is really dependent on the game. Like, this one, it doesn't bother me because we're kind of just fleshing out who Sable is, and this is very much about Sable's journey. So
Hmm.
I could see us being able to play it differently and having a different attitude. And I don't know if that'll change the outcome. Probably not. But I think it could change a little bit of the story and that character growth, which could be interesting. But that's all a hypothesis right now for me. But I think in some games, like it does why? Like I guess I'm not mad, but I would be more curious as to hear like what was the design choice.
Hmm.
Was it just like to give player autonomy, or the illusion of,
Right.
which is valid. Um,
Yeah, I don't think it's bad that every decision does not have a major impact on the
Also, have
story.
you seen that thing before? With the two
I've
people?
I've seen it before. I'm wondering if that's like the gate to the next zone.
Silly child.
I wonder if she's back up in the village center.
Yeah. That's where I was gonna head, but I didn't want to run up there and have her just be running around in circles still. Oh god. Hi, friends. Little dingus. I was shocked initially by like the draw distance, how far we could see her from.
Hmm. I know that that was initially one of the complaints about this game was that performance was kind of rough, and we've seen some times that like you spin the camera around and you
Mm-hmm.
can see things popping in. I I definitely don't think it's awful, and as a general rule, I'm usually fairly flexible on it, particularly if it is a smaller team making the game.
Mm-hmm.
But how does it feel to you playing it?
It's fine. Like, I feel like, I mean, I don't work in a 3D space, uh, so I can't even imagine what it's like to try to like control.
Hmm.
Oh, thank you for the look. Trying to control like, you know, player perception and angle. So as long as it's not like jarring and like incredibly disruptive,
Hmm.
it's like a non-issue for me. But it's like I hate it when I'm like creeping around in a cave and it's supposed to be like scary and I don't have a torch and like, you know, there's a bunch of like suspense and then all of a sudden like boom, there's the rancor populating in front of me before I get to him. And so I just see
Right.
like the T-pose or something. Not that I have any experience with that. Surely not.
Hmm.
Um,
No.
but yeah, it doesn't bother me. Should be hard, you know?
Yeah. And I
Where is
think
this little ding dang child?
yeah, maybe she did go back to the ship. I don't know.
This
I
little.
thought I saw her run back to the village.
I don't know where my
Yeah,
boat is.
it's. I feel like it's kind of a weird place where like it is up for critique when a game doesn't run well, but I do not need a game to run perfectly, especially when it's a small team. Like
Mm-hmm.
I expect that a bit more from AAA studios because they have more people, more money, more time.
Yeah.
But also like we've talked a little bit about the rough edges of games and how that can be endearing, particularly for games that are trying to trigger that sense of nostalgia,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of our favorite old games are pretty imperfect.
Yeah. I like yes. I think Ding Dong, are you in here? No. Okay. Where is this child? I've been playing Jedi Survivor as my like calm down post work, beat it last year. I've just been like discovering the whole map and collecting all the things, and I have a mullet and it's great. Excuse me, child, would you like the beetles I've collected for you? Um and I played it at launch and it was like a little rough,
Hmm.
but playing it now, a year and a half post release, it's fucking rough.
Mm.
Like if I'm in any interior structure and I pivot the camera, like if I'm in this area, right? And see how
Right.
we like pivot this? There's no light coming through these seams except for like the skybox over there, right? And I'll just get like flashes of white in between polygonal seams, like crazy.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, oh, got him.
There she is. Oh, yeah, we have a navigator. We probably could have just pulled that up and had
What
it
did,
be like, yeah, this is where the child is. Or maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know. But we found her, because we're good at exploring. Feel embarrassingly vindicated as I hand Sima the beetles, but rather than gloat, she hands me the calibrator and begins to cry. What have I done?
You're leaving. You're leaving and you'll never come back.
She blows her nose and then wipes her hand on her tunic.
Yara never came back after the last gliding. Aren't you sad? You were her friend.
Hmm. There's been a letter here and there, but it is always to us rather than to me. I'm not bitter, but I hope not to be like that.
Please don't go.
I tell Simon not to worry, that I will be back sooner than she knows, and I'm sure she pouts behind that mask. And I add that if I'm not back sooner than she knows, then she will be ready for her gliding by then, and she can come bother me herself.
Promise?
I say yes.
Good. Then I suppose I can come see you off.
I thank her and say goodbye for now.
2 down.
Ooh. What
Is
is
this the beetle shrine?
Oh. Oh, for our bike.
Yo, we got customization.
I did not foresee this. I did not foresee. Oh, oh, the bike's over here, yes. Yes. Alright. Go in a direction we haven't. I'm gonna go buy this game. I guess we did go buy this, but I was so looking at the little thing I had to drive through. This landscape's so interesting because it alludes to so much happening in the past.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, lots of
there's quite a
environmental
few-
storytelling.
There's like quite a few whatchamahoots. Like why this is this like is this tube from like city infrastructure? We also have broken ships and oh kickflip.
Yeah,
Let's go over
you've got the broken spaceship. You have the dam that you
Mhm.
talked about with like infrastructure. We've got like structures like this where you have walls with carved brick. You also have wooden boats.
Yes.
So like there's an indication that there was life and civilization here at some point.
Ooh, buddy, we just made that. Those muted colors again. What's cool is like the way this color palette is built, whether it's muted or really saturated, I'm like, God, this is beautiful.
Yeah. I think that that was a really smart decision to have it like during the day being very bright and vivid and lively and becoming much more muted as it moves into the evening.
I do find it interesting we have like this like climbing meter, like, you know, the exhaustion or energy or whatever. And then our bubble is infinite. So it would seem.
Yeah. Do you know if there are accessibility options of like infinite stamina or anything like that?
I don't know. Let's find out. Do we have a different menu? Oh. Oh wait, yeah. Settings. Language quality. We could change the draw distance. That's interesting. Text scale, photo colors. Easy fishing. Oh my god. Oh.
Not really. So it seems like there's a few things with like font sizes, easy fishing, but
okay, we'll come back to that. I didn't mean to nuke it. I was just curious how big the team was. Maze barking. Let me check. Let me creep real quick. Creeping.
yeah, go check on your package. Hello, Hinton. Welcome in. We're taking a quick package pause to check to see if we have any packages on our porch.
I'm very stressed. We are behind schedule.
What the heck? UPS or FedEx?
Okay. Okay. Whoop. Yep.
Oh.
Whoop. I love a treat. Oh, this is fascinating. Okay, okay. Dubious.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think that's it.
All right. And then we need to go back to... oh my god, I'm forgetting the person's name on the top of the tower.
Yes. Cizo.
Yes. Gaming. It's so, like, quiet and contemplative, and I keep being worried that there's gonna be a big sand monster. I know that that's not this game, but I keep being like, it's too quiet. Should we go up to the... I want to go up to the balloon.
Okay. I think that'll also give you the opportunity to talk to the child who climbed up the pillar.
Hell yeah. you think we'll be able to get up there?
I might climb to the very top of the tower and use your bubble.
You smart, you smart. Okay. Whoop. All right. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. I don't get dizzy much, but I'm not blinking, so that was fun.
You should blink. It's good for you.
Yeah. I'm gonna not do this. I was like, I didn't want to talk to her. I'll come back to her.
That's fair.
It's this feller.
The balloon was more fun than the person in it.
Okay.
Good story, kid.
I approached the cartographer.
Ah, greetings, child. I saw you looking longingly at my great balloon. Quite a piece of work, isn't she?
I nod enthusiastically. It really is an impressive vessel. However, nervous I get imagining being up there all alone. I wonder if anyone's ever fallen off of one. Best not to ask right now.
Well, good to meet you. And, oh, I should introduce myself. I'm Jordan.
I tell him I'm Sable.
Suppose if you've come all this way to see me, it's probably a map you're after, eh, Sable?
Didn't even consider it, good sir, but I would love one.
Free map.
I tell the cartographer I'd love a map.
Of course you would. That'll be 50 cuts.
To my ears, it's a fair price for a map, but too expensive for a pre-gliding glider with empty pockets. I tell Jordan I'll be back. I'll need to ask Jody for some money.
Farewell, child.
Don't we have monies?
We do have money, but why spend our money when we can spend somebody else's?
That's true, that's true. Whoop. We're gonna go over yonder, and we're gonna go up the tower. It's funny to go up, blink, everyone blink, to go up this tower to talk to someone about building a bike, which I assume we don't build it on top of a tower. I do love this angle, though. Whoop. Over here. Oh. Hello. I return to Saiso with the parts, and it's as she waves me over that I feel a pang of sadness in my chest. When will I see her again once I'm gone?
Well done, Sable. Yes, this is everything we need. Are you ready to assemble a bike of your own?
Ready. Hydrate your eyes. Saiso relaxes in the workshop. It isn't that she's particularly rigid or anxious ordinarily, but there's a certain calm beauty that one only truly appreciates when Saiso is in her element. I wonder if it's this way for all machinists.
What you must understand, Sable, is that the components you acquired, they fit together, not by chance, not by effort, but by nature. They belong to her. They have always belonged to her. All we are doing is assembling her from what she has already been.
I nod and feel a soft buzzing in my ears.
Among my clan, we believe that machines have names, held for ages, like deep secrets unheard by those unequipped to listen. We will find this one's name together.
I don't know what it is, but multiple times I've been refraining from saying it because I don't know how to articulate or what's triggering it, but it's made me think of Uh, uh, Paradise Killer.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah, okay. I need to work through it a little bit. What do you want from me? Would you like this? Oh.
Oh.
I didn't see the thing moving before. I have not a clue. That's why I haven't said anything about it. I have no idea why my brain is making those connections. It could be. I'm just talking as I'm thinking about it, right? Like I have not digested. But I think with Paradise Killer, right, all the characters you meet have their own ideology and motives, but they all kind of I wouldn't say speak poetically or philosophically, but they don't talk like me. You know what I mean? They're not like, "What's up, my bud?" There's even with like the more outlandish characters, there's still like this like reserved or like I don't know. I don't
Like a
know.
class-based cadence to the way they speak?
Maybe. That could be. I don't
I
know.
kind of see that.
But it literally has popped into my head like 4 times in different interactions, and I have not, like, obviously I'm still pushing through the game to keep stream going, but I'm gonna marinate on it and come back hopefully with a good reason.
Well, and I was thinking about it, and as you said that, I was like, I wonder if it is the philosophy that people are presenting and the way that that game explores very intentionally through the text, explores
Chief.
philosophy and motivation and personal values and the exploring like how people feel about their relationship to others.
Yeah. That could. We'll have to. This is what happens. We stream, and then I come to Val after stream, and I'll be like, I have no idea. And then we, like, hash it out. And I'm like, yeah, I should have said that earlier. And we kind of do a digestion period. But that's what's great when we do multiple series, or multiple episode, multiple streamed games, multiple streams of the same game. My God.
Yeah, that's fine.
So we can fully digest. But,
yeah, these are not like pre-recorded LPs where we comment over them and we go, "Oh, that's a really good point. Start it over. We're gonna start from the beginning."
Yeah. It is hard to think while streaming. I used to think it was like before I was streaming and would just enjoy streams when people would be like, "Oh my God, streamer brain." It's so real because you're juggling so many tasks, whether like you know, main functions or like sub tasks in your head that you're monitoring. And sometimes it do be hard. Cizo tilts her head a moment, leaning closer to Moon. All at once I know that the hover's bike's name. Oh, I know the hover's bike's name. Moon. I say it in a whisper to let Cizo know. I can read.
Moon. Moon. Well done, Sable.
What does it mean?
What does it mean? You should ask her. You should ask her yourself.
Cizo looks entirely serious. The bike, to my enduring surprise, says nothing, even when I lean close. I tell Moon that I'm eager to know her better, and Cizo looks quite proudly at the both of us.
You are ready then for the gliding. May all the gods turn their faces from you, Sable.
An odd blessing, perhaps, but Cizo is prone to such things, and I can read in her tone that it was meant quite sweetly.
Yeah, that's kind of weird to say, like, the gods turn away from you.
Yeah, I wonder if it's like instead of it being like, you're under, like, judgment or scrutiny, like, you're allowed for this time to explore. You know what I mean?
Hmm,
Kind of like
that's
a
interesting.
Rumspringa, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, that fits in with the whole theming of leaving and growing up.
Mhm.
I was thinking it was more of maybe like you are doing this without the gods' protection, blessing, their support, knowing that this is a thing that you did strictly on your own. But I think I
Yeah.
like your interpretation more.
I mean, I think, but that one's still valid too. Like, I think the that's why this is interesting, right? We have this nomadic group of people, and then this machinist who's from the outside, but very much a part of this community now, right?
Mhm.
Like they see her as them, but still has these phrases that are not of the people.
Right,
So there is this like varied um inference that can occur.
right. You must learn to listen to Simoon, to take care for her, to care for her. Seek out my fellow machinists on your travels, Sable. They will teach you the art of machine whispering.
Hmm. Ooh, cute.
Oh, and here, take this. It's a machinist's badge. You'll meet plenty of my ilk on your glidings. Show them your worth, and they'll give you more badges.
Hell yeah. I love accessorizing. I thank Cizo twice for good measure and give a bow. I am ready. Well, shoot. I do believe this is a good place to stop. If we are to return here again, I think initializing our gliding
Yeah,
all
we
together.
got a we
God, the
got a nice
colors are
little.
so good. Look at these colors. I could never, not in my wildest dreams, come up with such a beautiful color palette.
I do really wish I could take some of the like early screenshots or just screenshots from this game back to like 2010 and just be like, "Hey, this is what you need to be doing,
Yeah.
not this
Hey,
gray
gamers.
brown shooter shit."
Hey, Call of Duty. Have you ever seen a blue
Hmm. You ever heard of
roasted?
paintball mode? Come on,
What about
have some fun.
DK mode with the big head? Come on.
Exactly.
Let's go. Do we need a save? I know you.
There's. I think that
Oh.
there was a save
Oh my
option.
god. Look at the inventory. Bike
You
parts,
got.
badges, Oh. Okay. Oh my god. Executive decision. I'm gonna play this the next time.
All right. We knew that this might be a series. I think it's fine.
Yeah. But I'm just gonna have us hang out by this fire. Yeah, this game's really, I mean, obviously I knew it was beautiful, like visually stunning. But I assumed that there was a narrative here, being that it was a game based on exploration, but I really didn't know what the thread was that was pulling you through, and I'm like really intrigued by this, and I'm sad I have to wait 2 weeks. Well, more than that, because I'll be out of town now.
Yeah.
But this is like a really beautiful experience, and apparently to complete it, it's like 8 hours ish for the main story. Which probably will be a little bit longer for us because sometimes someone goes west instead of east. So, who's to say?
Hey, that's gaming.
That's gaming. I'm still thinking about the Pizza Buddy Index more often than I would like.
It's a good index.
It is a good index, and I I think I don't know how this feels passing back and forth, but this feels like a really lovely shared experience. You know, there's like some games where I'm like, I just want to play in the darkness by myself, you know, on my couch. But this feels like we're experiencing something for Sable, and see like in the choices we are making and seeing her growth potentially, and having that together is very cool. So it's a different kind of Pizza Buddy Index, but I still think applies.
Yeah, I have not played past this village, so I'm excited to see what is coming. I think for the Pizza Buddy Index,
Go on.
I think that this game works really well on its own and works really well with friends, but in a completely different way. And that so far, like, the whole theming of the story is about growing up.
Yes.
And I think that that's really great and important. And also, I think that it becomes different when you get to talk with other people about your perception of change and growing up in the future. And it becomes more collaborative and building something together.
That music's so loud. I'm so sorry. We're back.
Welcome back.
Sorry. Continue. I'm so sorry.
But yeah, I agree with you. Like, I think that this game would work just fine on its own. I am interested to see how it works with two people talking about their experience of it and probably processing and sharing a bit of their own thoughts about, like,
Yeah.
growing up.
Game
Yeah.
good.
Game good.